So, Eric and Mercedes, thank you for coming to the first of many TEAL Table Talks. And since this is our inaugural episode, we're going to start off by talking about SAPM. And so, Dr. Bryant-Williams, I would like to start, the conversation with you and talking about how does participating in SAPM events increase advocacy, response, and reporting in USARC population?
Thank you for that question, Master. One of the unique things about dedicating an entire month to our mission is that it shows what we have available for advocacy, what we've done, the steps we've taken to make ourselves more readily available to our population. We know that the USARC population is a little different than the full-time service member population, and so they don't always get to experience the day-to-day things that we have available for them. And so by taking April, showing what we have for victims, making ourselves readily available, always enhances and improves the mission, because those soldiers that may not be with the Army full-time know that even in their part-time status, they have resources and that we have advocates that can assist them in their civilian lives and getting help.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I think when we participate in SAPM month, it's a great platform to just bring folks together, have them have discussions. And one of the things that I really like is when we have events, because when we have those events, it's kind of like a relaxed environment, and we can have conversations. So, you can learn, you can get educated. And then, I might have some conversations, just learn and understand things about other people, their belief systems, and it just helps out a lot. So sometimes, people will walk into office and ask for some assistance, and we appreciate that. But when it's in a relaxed environment and we're just kind of out there in the field and seeing folks and doing, it's much better for them to ask. And believe it or not, I believe sometimes they might ask you more detailed questions in those, in those relaxed environments. So that is one of the things that I really enjoy, and I think helps out USARC a lot during SAPM month, specifically too, since, we are geographically dispersed. Yeah. We have TP soldiers, we have AGR. Folks are all over the place. I think these events help bring us together in a great platform. So, yeah.
So, since you mentioned events, what's your favorite one?
My favorite one would have to be this one that's going on right now, right? But we also got some.
We worked hard,
right? But really, I'm looking forward to the resource fair. We're going to have a lot of events there in the atrium. We're going to have a lot of subject matter experts, not necessarily directly sharp, but it covers all aspects of prevention and care. And I'm actually looking forward to that. And we will have some senior leadership representation there. So that is the event, too, that I'm also looking forward to.
Yeah, if I had to pick an event, I like the events where it brings us together. So, as a soldier, gotta get that fitness in. So when we do events like the Carrying the Weight of the World or TEAL walks or things like that, I love those. One, we're still getting, meeting the metric standard of readiness, but we're also coming together collectively for 1 hour, we are going to solely focus on the seriousness of sexual assault in our formation, and having leadership be a part of those events I feel like it just adds an extra layer to making sure soldiers understand that they're not doing this alone. Leadership does support victims advocacy, all of that stuff. Those are my favorite kind of events.
I'll have to agree with you that those events that bring together the command, the SHARP team, and the soldiers and family members also bring together the resources that are available, but it also shows any potential violator that we're a united front, that we're on the same mission, and the things that will and will not be tolerated, which increase the adherence to the soldier standards, of course, respecting one another, and then letting those that may need assistance, that getting assistance is not or should not be a frightful experience, that we are all on the same mission mission, even if we don't wear the sharp uniform, per se, but we are supportive in those natures. And that those of you that want to act counter and harm another, this is not the place to do it.
Absolutely. I thank you for saying that. And so the other part to this conversation is, why is observing SAPM so important beyond the events, beyond April, because it's more than April, but why is it so important that in April people pay attention to the SAPM events and program? Why is that important?
Well, I think in the day-to-day tasks of being a soldier, of being a working person, if things sometimes don't affect you directly, sometimes they're not always on your dashboard, right? In April, we have the opportunity to come at different types of people in different ways. If PT is the way that you experience information, great. If it's watching a short video, if it's reading a clip, and then it's the layering on of the events, and we try to make them fun and anticipatory so that even if this has not affected you directly, you can still have a good time being in an agency and camaraderie with like-minded people who support the care of each other. So I think that April gives us that opportunity, and like you said, if we can have follow-on things, smaller things each month, it just reinforces that our resolve.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even like with the teal boots, I've seen some emotional responses to that. So we're taking concepts that maybe we're not exposed on a daily basis, and just kind of what you said, Dr. Bryant-Williams, about just reminding to focus on, the weight of the PT, the teal boots. These are reminders of things that we all know, but we, like you said, we get very busy, we get caught up in everything. And, coincidentally, I mean, April is kind of like we're moving into summer. The weather's starting to get nicer. Everyone is not in the house anymore. That also is an opportunity to kind of get folks on the right sheet of music, because they're going to be interacting probably more. There might be more events occurring, and hopefully with the education and awareness, we can try to eliminate or reduce this as much as we can, this situation.
Absolutely. And thinking about summertime, as organizations move to field training exercises, CTEs, CRCs, all of the acronyms are starting to ramp up in the summertime. And I believe April is that time to start getting into the mindset that when we go out collectively, we're supposed to take care of each other. Yes. We can go out and we can have all kinds of fun. We can build a team. We can do all of that stuff, but we have to do it in a safe environment. We need to do it in a way where we are protecting each other and making sure, like you said, Dr. Bryant-Williams, that the violators of the SHARP program understand that we see you, we know you're out there, but not in our formation.
Yeah. So I think, just to add caveat to what you all said, I was thinking that April is the perfect time because we are going into the training season, and just to remind and then inform about what's acceptable, what's not, what's available. But at USARC, we have the unique perspective of having soldiers who spend a majority of their time as civilians. And so there are things, great things going on in the civilian world that we can learn from, and then the time they spend with us, that they can take back and enhance their sets, whereas opposed to Compo 1 is that all-inclusive. Right. Here we kind of have that ability to do the crosswalk across all 50 states, the 4 RDs, and to find things that are working and bring them to our program and then take those back into the civilian population. So we really do have a unique perspective to add, and then by putting it in April, going into the deployment and the training season is a good preparation for that and reminder.
Absolutely. Well, that's all I have for today's episode. Yes. I thank both of you for coming to TEAL Table Talk, and I look forward to more conversations in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.